Okay, perfect. So welcome everyone. I'm going to go over the TMAD scanner and how to trade based of the scanner, how to look for stocks, how to look at your names that you want, create watch list, how you can get confirmation to go long or short on certain names. And then we will show you how we use it with technicals as well. There are a lot of technicals in the scanner already. As you can see, we have RSI there, we have relative volume, we have support and resistance. So technically, you don't really need to spend much time on the charts, but I still like to combine the charts as well for risk management. So I'm going to share a screen with you, and we're gonna go right to it. 1 second. Share. So, all right. Please type one if you see this the trading view and the scanner as well. Please let me know. Well, okay, perfect. You guys see everything. We can go into individual stocks towards the end, if you don't mind, Gary. I'm happy to answer your questions about certain names, but let's please first focus on the scanner, how to use it, and then we're gonna check for. I can check for you. We have an hour, so I will be very quick and let's get to it. So hope all of you have access to the scanner, right? The TMAD.app. It's for only our members. They have Substack or Discord, right? You guys know we have Discord and Substack. Discord is professional trading. It's very fast paced. It's real time trading. Substack, I give you all the trades and I give you the entries. I know it's delayed because I try to write it into the spreadsheet as fast as I can, but I have to also trade and then I also have to, write it all in Discord and in our spreadsheet. So please, if you trade these suggestions, then it's ideal if you trade it on your own. Also have a system on getting out of the trades, and I will show you how I do it personally, how to trail also, because it's good to trail your stops, especially on names like FCell or IONOQ that are flying 10, 15, 20% on a day, which is crazy, right? But remember, those names are very volatile, and as they go up, they can go down too. So you don't want to give your money back. Like I made a mistake last week. Of course, I'm a human. I also make mistakes. I forgot to get out of CRWV, core wave, and I gave the gains back, So I did not trail the stop, and that was a big mistake. In any case, it happens. I'm sorry. Should have taken the gains. But in any case, let's go to the TMAT scanner. So once you get here, if you have any question about the scanner, please feel free to pose. I will answer as much as I can. So you can have your watch lists, right? So first of all, our watch list here, you click and you see TMAT features. There are the main, of course, ETFs and stocks that we look at. If you just want to go over this, you can always look at, for example, JAX activity. Every time you click on this menu and you click once, it's going to show you the highest call search and then lowest. So you click through it and you see where is the put search, for example, right, on those names. So you can categorize based on that as well. It's like, okay, I want to see what has a call search, right? Call search is a very strong bullish sign. So you can just look at this and, for example, here UFO has call surge, and the second very important metric you look at is relative volume. Why? Because when you trade, especially breakouts, you don't want to have less than one relative volume, because it means that the breakout might be a fake out, So what you want to focus on, you look at, okay, there is a call surge. Positive jacks is very important, right? Positive jacks means the market makers are long gamma. So they're gonna be buying the dips, right? So you're in a positive gamma environment. When there is any sort of a dip, they will be forced to buy the dip. So that's how it works, right? So that's important to see. So UFO, of course, momentum also positive, very important. You have to have positive momentum. You don't want to see minus here. All right, makes sense. Positive momentum, call surge, positive jacks, and strong RVOL are the best setups. And then when you click on this particular name, you see resistance. So resistance is at 55. We clearly are in a breakout. If you zoom out by clicking on those times, so you see one day here, right? The times from 5 a.m. I'm on the West Coast, that's why. So you see the timing now is 2 o'clock. In the East, one week you can go zoom out as much as you want. You will see the next support, of course, if you zoom out. So on the month, you see support at 49. Now we're breaking our resistance. So if you are playing this name, right, you see again positive momentum, positive jacks, call surge. You see resistance breakout. You can go on around 55. You put your stop one or two below. Okay, always look at the average to range. For example, it's on TradingView. You can find it, or just use your math skills, right? So how much do you want to give stop? You want to give stop to this what 5 to 7%. You do $2 free, two $3 stop, right? Around that range. Some people are more aggressive. They give more stop. Some people have 10% stop. It depends. So you can play just with this app. You don't really need to have TradingView. If you want to be very precise, you go to TradingView or whatever broker you use. You can have charting software anywhere. I'm not suggesting only TradingView. I use it, but you click in UFO and you see that was our previous target, which is now again the resistance became support. So if you are going long today, you enter around 55.75. It's the previous high. You want to give it stop around 54, 50, 53.90, I would say. Today's move, right? If you fail this whole entire move today, you want to be out. So again, and then now question is, how is so this is just, so the resistance and support we do based on order blocks where you see the most volume on certain price. It's similar to volume at price. So we are looking at those in the past months, and that's that, when you have support and resistance longer in time, you go less potent is it, right? Makes sense. If you have resistance from 10 years ago, what's the odds that there are people still sitting on their bags 10 years ago, right? Not many. So that's why it's ideal. We are looking at this in a shorter term, and we have a breakout here. You get a stop at 54. And now the question is, so where do I go? Imagine you're in all-time highs, right? You don't really know where is the next resistance, or you don't have the data. So that's when the scanner comes in. You look at this JAX and you see the open interest and you see what's happening on the option chain. So here we are right around the 57. The next big level we see an interest is 60 and 65. This is open interest. We don't really know if it's sold, or this is where most people are betting on, and that's your level. So you look at the chart and you are like, okay, I'm gonna have 60. That's when I reevaluate, and then the next one is 65. Reevaluate means you can trail your stop, right? So even here, if you would have gone on in the trade with us at 48, many guys took it. I don't take all the trades, guys, because I cannot take million trades. So there are so many good setups. Everyone needs to trade on their own. But if you would be in at 48 and you reach the target, you can move your stop to break even, right? So that's how you do. Even if you would have break even here, you would still be in this trade. Most people would probably freak out on the way down, but you can just not look at those things and have your stop trailed, right? So the stop previously was 45 again, and you trail it here, and now you're breaking out. So since you're breaking out, you would trail your stop somewhere here, 54, because you don't want to give the trade back. But let's look at IONOQ. I think a lot of us are in IONOQ, right? This was a trade I posted last week about earnings because it just had a really strong flow on scanner. So let's look at our trades here. You go to watch list, of course. You click on watch list, TMAD trades. Okay, these are the trades that I type in, and we have IONOQ like right here. All right, so look, positive momentum still, call surge, total jacks is also positive. The IBC spread is becoming a little bit negative, which is not anything crazy, but it's just telling you that the implied volatility on puts is starting to increase. It means people are hedging, which is normal because that thing went up a lot. But again, it doesn't mean anything, and the RVOL is very strong. When it comes to trend, it doesn't have a trend yet because it was beat up for so long. So when you look at like 200, for example, it's now crossing, and the moving averages are not aligned perfectly yet. So it's kind of like breaking out in the uptrend, but it's still not in technical uptrend, right? That's pretty much what it means, okay? So I prefer to trade things that are in uptrend, and I sometimes buy things that are in downtrend just for a longer term, but remember, reversals take forever. Why? Because you have too much supply, right? Like if you have TTD or any of those, like Dow, Remember, if some of you were with us last year, I was getting in Dow here at 22. That was our trade. There are some members that are still in Dow, but look how long it took. I mean, from November, we are up now a lot, but it took forever. And this chop here was so annoying. People were like, I'm going to leave this name. And then boom, it took off. Right? So these are reversals. It takes forever. The same is UNH. You know what I mean? Look, it's still kind of in the now breaking out the big gap from earnings last year, exactly a year ago. But would you have been here? You're stuck. Of course you can trade it. I'm not saying, but just be careful with that because people have the psychology of buying things that are in downtrend. They want the reversal, but then they're gonna get stuck 2 3 years in a position. So be selective. I learned after years of trading that breakouts are just making more money and making money faster. Again, it's not investing. You can invest in whatever you want if you want. This is a trading stuff. All right. So these are our trades now. I closed band because look at this crazy thing. It's just really, really overextended and it went up so fast. It is insane. And also it has some call put surge now. So I figured let me close that one because we have too many trades opened. And FSL hit the target on FSL was 17. We hit 1680. It's up 20%, my friends. Like in one day. That's crazy. So usually when something goes fast up, it goes fast down too. Remember. So you are like, you know what? You can trail the stop as I said, F-sell, you can trail your stop and say, you know what, let me trail it to half Fibonacci. You know how you use Fibonacci? On the day move, you can say, if we break the 0618 Fibonacci, I'm going to get out. You can trail stop like that. You can trail stop here. So 0618 is around 1448. So you can trail your stop there or you just take your gains. I mean, look at this move. It almost hit our target. Remember, these names, again, you don't want to invest in them. If you want to invest in them, that's a different risk management we can talk about another time. If you're trading, you have risk management, that's different. You want to take your gains, right? So IONOQ, again, IONOQ, as I said, is now creating a huge, let's look at our app. I was just posting it in Discord. So yeah, IONOQ created a new resistance that is now supported 55.25. Okay, you see it here again. Look at the jacks. It's all here in front of you. So technical resistance, there is huge volume. Remember, options are also traded by technicals, right? So if they are doing anything and that option traders are trading, they will be looking at technical analysis. That's how they place their strikes. So you see this gigantic gamma wall here at 55 and you look at and it's perfectly aligning with the resistance that is now support 55. So the chances are that this thing retests and will hold and chop around the 55 because it has all this open interest there. So that's why I would personally in IONOQ move my stop to 54, 53. I really don't want to give this move back. All right, so that's me. I was posting to move it to 50, but now we keep progressing. So you can trail the stop at the end of the day to 54 and just hang out and see. We might go higher because you see there is huge open interest at 60 and then you have higher strike 65. We can go higher, guys. That thing looks great for now. And there could be rotation. You see 60 and even go higher. Okay, so that's it. Let me talk about, let me answer the question and then we go into the scanner because that's where you find most of your trades, right? Again, you can find your trades and add them in the watch list. You do just basically new watch list, create your watch list there. You can also like add, you can add, what you call it, my God, sorry. You can add like those like subcategories here. You see long-term swings here, and these are the short-term swings. So you can create that too. You can create yours like aerospace, and then you create subcategory in your watch list for semiconductors. You can play with it. Okay, so Josh is asking, yeah, TMAD is just web-based. I'm not gonna open it for anything else because web-based anyone can download, and quite frankly, dealing with Apple or any of those terrorists taking you like and just the regulations and the money they take, it's crazy. And also, you guys, if you are paying for the app, do not pay through iOS because the iPhone, they're gonna charge you another. I see people paying for our app that's currently $40 a month. They're paying $50 and stuff like that. So if you are through the iOS, remember they charge a lot of money extra to you. We don't charge it. We charge $40 right now. We're gonna increase the price soon, but for now, for our clients and members, we want to honor this very cheap price at the beginning, and we will stick with it. We never increase price on our original members. Okay. Yeah, so just keep it in mind, just upgrade in Substack. And once you upgrade in Substack and you have paid Substack, you're gonna get access to the app. Yeah. So let me go. How do you see the entry exit for short-term swing trades on the recommended TMAD trades? Oh, so Isha, we have, of course, the Substack newsletter. So if you're a Substack or Discord, we all have access. So here you click newsletter and you can see all our posts here. So for example, yesterday when you click, it's gonna bring you it's gonna bring you to all this information, right? So you can basically see what I'm suggesting, and then you see the charts. I try to update all the trades. So here you see there is an F cell. We were suggesting entry about 1374. Today it broke out, and what you do, ideally, you get this email from me and you put it on your watch list. You can put it on watch list in the app, and then you observe it, and you can trade based on you, or you can put notifications. We are working on notifications. The app is going to have notifications in the next 3-4 months. Again, we spent 2 years building this, and the coding took us since July last year until this point, like 10 hours a day. So we will be adding the notifications for you later. Okay, that will come. But for now, you can use notifications here. You can say, you know what, Leah is suggesting, or Alessio, entry about 1370. You set alert on TradingView, or you just set the trade in your broker. You can do that too. I had 6 trades automated this morning. Like, you can just say, you know what, buy at this level, and that's it, stop. You can do OCO. That's one cancels another. Okay. So thank you, Andrea. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the app. As I said, we're gonna improve the app crazy because we also have now algorithmic trading. We're gonna add for people that they can follow. The people, they are working all the time. They don't have time to trade. We can give our bot picks the high probability trade. You can just buy them on at the open. Usually we are testing if Monday is better or Tuesday. You buy them and you just hold for 2 weeks and then sell. So that's what we are trying to do. There is a lot of fun stuff coming. All right, who do you trade with? Who is your broker? My broker sometimes doesn't offer all of the stocks. Okay, so I trade with Interactive Brokers and E-Trade. Interactive Brokers is excellent, but now I'm actually in process to move it all to public. Why? Because public has agents, and I can send you a code, guys, if you sign up for public. And again, I'm not pumping brokers that I don't like. I just love them because I have an agent that I programmed on their platform. And this is the future. I don't understand why more brokers don't have it. IB has bots you can program to trade this stuff, but yeah, Ibecar, yeah, they have bots, but it's more complicated. But public has actually amazing. You just type in a sentence and say, hey, I want to buy these 5 names at the open on Monday. And that's it. You don't do anything. You go sleep or work, and the agents are going to buy this for you. And then you say, set a stop loss on my portfolio. That's 10%. So this is the future. And I think earlier you start with this, better you're going to be off. I don't know what public doesn't work in Europe yet, sadly. But I think the best one in Europe is Interactive Brokers, quite frankly. Let me check for you HIMS. 1 second. I have to look at that. Someone wants HIMS for earnings. I'm actually interested too because I have a lot of HIMS myself in my long term. So let's check it out. Oh, wow. Okay. So there is a huge level at 30, which is gonna act as a strong support, and then around 29. It's very positive, Jax, very strong momentum. It could go to 35 and higher. Looks pretty good. There is not much negative below. So HIMS looks pretty good. Hopefully it's not gonna dump on us. But again, with the earnings, like I can do as much prep as I want. If they say something stupid on the call, that's it. But let me look. Sorry, I will look for you more. Oops. All right. Yeah, HIMS doesn't look bad. Well, let's look at the support and resistance. Yeah, support is 25. The bigger strike is 25. Again, like if it dumps probably max there. And that would be for me buying level, quite frankly. But if it goes up, I think 35, 40 is probability to get to. All right. You can use price targets to automate buying options as well on TOS. Okay, yeah, TOS is great. I was using them for a long time. Um, I like them actually more than E-Trade, quite frankly. Do they have like bots and stuff? You can, right? Do that stuff too with TOS. As I said, I was using them in the past. I don't know they how they are now with Schwab. I think they're probably better than before. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. So my issue is that I love the agents because I give them like a complex task and I can do it with a sentence. It's the same like when you use ChatGPT, right? IB Interactive Brokers for Europe again is the best platform. You guys please learn working with that because they have everything you can trade. Oh my God, everything. I even was trading on Singapore exchange there back in the days. Like you can trade anything there. So it's like really the most professional broker out there. Public is not on that level yet, but again, for simple swing trading and options, Public is great here. I was gonna send you the code. If you are interested, again, I can push you through the wait list because I work with them and I'm actually trying to code the scanner with Public at some point that people can just use their agents for the prompts that we give them every Sunday. For example, you would type in and say, hey, get this on this level, and you just give them the prompt on Sunday, it's gonna trade for you, right? So share the link to join Discord, please. Okay, 1 second. I have to go one by one because I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed here. All right, so let me first give you guys the link to Public and then I give a link to Discord. Okay. So here is Public. Who wants to join there? And once you join, please send me a message on Substack, DM me or Discord. I'm always there. And tell me, hey, Leah, this is my email. Can you forward it to Public so they approve my agents? Okay, that's number one. Can you recommend trading books? Yes, we have all the trading books here. I'll send you a link also to our Discord because I read so many of the books that are amazing. Let me invite you to this channel where you can read invite to channel. Okay. Here in our Discord, you can read all the books that I read and I really like. So you can buy them. What I like is Trading in the Zone. Then I liked Psychology of Money, was really fun for investing. Then I like Street Smarts. Street Smarts is a very old book that I read. It's written, it's talking about the very simple swing trading stuff. So, okay, Gary, you joined. Okay, so yeah, if you want me to push the agents for you, you can just send me an email on DM, and I will send them an email to get you access to the agents, and then you can just fund it and play with it. I really enjoy it. You can also set the agents, for example, hey, buy QQQ every day when QQQ is down 1%, and it's gonna keep buying dip for you. Where is the chat responses? I can only see my questions and typing. Paul, what do you mean? Which chat responses? I'm just talking and you guys are typing. I'm not typing right now. All right. So, where do we go next? Sorry. You can on Trading Books YouTube channels to learn people natural treatments, how to read options flow, and also trading psychology. Yeah, as I said, the trading psychology you will find in the list of books that I have. Trading in the Zone is great from Paula Webb. books are great. She's a PhD. I worked with her. She was a coach of mine for a bit. And the link to public is right here. Oh, okay, wait, sorry. I'm stupid. Sorry, guys. Now you can see it. Oh my God, it was just for panelists. So here is the Discord, where is the library. Oh, I hate Zoom. Sorry, guys. It's so complicated, this platform, no? And this is the public. Sorry. Okay, sorry. There's so many things. I'm confused. So many tech things. All right, so let's look. So you guys see the trades. ETA was a little bit weak, but it seems like it's getting call surge, which is good. It's still in downtrend. Hopefully, it's gonna break out soon. So USAR is doing well. MP, I suggested to trail stops. We are still in. It's so up almost 4%. And Nokia is killing it. I hope you guys are in, because I've been like posting this one since $8. I'm obsessed with this and this stock. It's doing really well. What they do? So I think Nokia goes to 15, 16 probably and higher. I can even see 20, huge open interest. This one is flying. So we'll see. Okay, next questions in the Substack. Okay, so Josh is asking if Substack is different than Discord. Okay, it is different, but the trades are the same. Besides, we have also a premium chat where guys are trading together, and then there is also an option trading that's very advanced, and it's very fast. We opened Substack because we had Discord for 2 years and people didn't like it. Half of the people liked it, but half people didn't like it. They said it's too noisy, it's too much information for them, and they didn't like it. They were asking us, please, can you open Substack newsletter and just give us like 4 or 5 newsletters a week where I write the SPX channel, I give you trade. Because a lot of people work, they just don't have time to chit chat all day long in Discord, and they don't want to take all these active trades and day trade. So they just want to have like some sort of an information for, some sort of information on what to trade and what's the trend and rotation, right? So it depends on what you have time. Discord is, yeah, a little bit different. So we trade there mostly, it's like delay 1 or 2 minutes. When we trade, maybe less even, we try to be really fast there. And again, there is the chat and you can ask questions anytime because I'm there 2, 3 hours a day. Alessio is there. So, it's like more active. That's the difference. Yeah. Yeah, Gary, like you like the newsletters. I know there are many people they like the newsletters. They hate Discord. Some people don't like the newsletter because I mean it's good information, but they want to be active. They want to be chit-chatting with people. To each their own. You look, for me, I like newsletters myself better because I want to trade on my own. So when I was also trading before I had this company, I would just want to like get idea, find trades, and just trade myself. But some people like the community. So it depends. And we are also trying to no, no, Josh, you don't have to pay for both. No, because the Discord has also Substack there, so you will get the newsletters there. No, you do one or the other. You don't do both. So if you decide to go to Discord, I refund you the unused time and you can upgrade to Discord. Okay? Yeah. So we do the chat on Wednesdays, and of course, I've been opening the chat more often throughout the week because there are many people were growing, and I opened the chat. So we're gonna try to do those chats probably at least 2 times a week in Substack, and we do these webinars almost 2, 3 times a month. So you can always ask, okay? Yes, so Substack is much cheaper than Discord. Yes, the Substack is $40 for now, and the Discord is 229. There are like we do like discounts. Alessio has discount 10% on Discord. So we do discounts on special times of the year for the Discord, sometimes even 20% discount. So if you want to wait for that, we're gonna definitely do discount on the Discord. But it's more expensive because again, it's all my day. So if I would have too many people there, I would just die. There's no way I can do it. Yeah. Paul, yes, I agree with you. The newsletter, in my opinion, is way better because you have a huge group of people. Everyone has their opinion. Everyone has their trade idea, and people get anxiety from it. A lot of guys told me this is really difficult for me. I don't want to be here. Please, what can we do? I want to get your trade ideas, but I don't want to be here. And also, people don't want to pay $200 a month, which I understand. It's a lot of money. So we started with this option, which I think is fabulous because you have access to the app as well and to the newsletter. I mean, there is not really much you need. And again, if people cannot trade at all, I know it's really complicated and hard, but I do think that then they should spend time with paper trading and education instead of going really into the hardcore trading right away. So, all right. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you guys want we have 30 minutes, I'm happy to look at some charts for you if you want me to check. Yeah, so BMNR and SBET, honestly, oh wow, the Ionok is crazy. This is amazing. We're literally flying. MP. So let's do this. So BMNR was the first one. It will move with Ethereum and it's gonna move very fast. If you just ask AI or just ask Google what's the beta of BMNR, it's super high beta. So if Ethereum moves 1%, this is gonna move 3-4%. So yeah, it is a fun trading vehicle. It's just the problem is you are so stuck there, and if Ethereum doesn't move, this is also gonna sit. So if you believe Ethereum is going to start moving, which I saw some flows there and we are starting, but we'll see how long it's going to go. Remember, tomorrow they're signing the Clarity Act, so we'll see how the market reacts. Sadly, there is no momentum in crypto. That's the problem. Like it looks nice. We are in ETA. It looks like it's going to move, but it does not have much momentum. We can check on our scanner and see ETA. So you see IBZ spread negative, relative volume 0.8. This is the big problem with crypto. It just doesn't have momentum. The moment you see this green and upgrading, then you should go long in BMNR because it's going to move way faster than Ethereum, right? But wait for this signal because otherwise you might sit here for months, okay? So SBET is the same story. MP, we are in MP long. Okay, so I think 75 is the very probable target. But let's look. Yeah, so we are still in this name. It retested, as I said yesterday in the newsletter, remember that it would be good to trail the stop to not get money back. So if you break the 64, I would be out, quite frankly, because we had this really nasty bearish candle, the three of them, like the two outside candles, and this is a bearish reversal which we dumped, but we thankfully stopped at the support, which is now demand, right? I mean, demand is support. So you can wait, maybe we recover. If not, I would be out if we break this, because if we break the 64, we go to 58. You don't want to lose money on this, right? Okay, so who is the Josh? I might have answered. No, I was saying Josh. My God, which one were you asking? There's so much stuff. Sorry, 1 second. Josh. Long-term swings. Can you share how to use long-term swings? Are just long, usually reversal positions, right? Like they are in like Microsoft. These are like names I know I'm gonna sit on for a year. Long-term swing or month. It's more like a position. I don't really use like a crazy stop loss there and any of that. I just buy them. I think it's gonna reverse and that's it. So that's the next one. MP BLDP. BLDP format. We have, ooh, okay, let's look at the app here. That's easier. BLDP, we check everything for you. Yeah, I have really bad internet today. Sorry if it's gonna take a while because I had like outage of internet for 2 hours today. Okay, BLDP. So 485 is resistance. You are headed there. Very strong jacks at the money, but very minimal jacks below. So you should be fine around the 4 level, and then most likely headed to 485. That's kind of what it looks like. All right, makes sense. It's probably retesting. Also, technically, you can you see you have a kind of like a very aggressive little pennant here. So I think this level, I would have a stop at 399 if I would go long here. You could go long here and then target the 5 and have very tight stop in case it fails here. It's probably going to go much lower. But as I said, at the money and at 4 is a huge level here. So you want to believe it's going to hold. Okay. BLDP, then we go, why is silver popping? Yeah, that I don't know. I think you read, Alessio is writing the commodities report on Thursday. I have one question for you guys, okay? So Thursday, we have the commodities report. We do, Alessio writes, you saw oil, silver, gold, and I think uranium. Would you like to have technical charts with those as well, or are you okay with just the jacks? Like, what do you think? Give me a feedback, please. Yeah, you want the technical. Yeah. Okay, I'm just asking you, so you tell me, um, technical charts. Okay, yeah, I figured that because this is very, very difficult to understand with just without the chart. Okay, okay, guys, I will add the technicals for you. All right, definitely. So I'm going to do that from Thursday. Okay, you will get the gold and stuff. Okay. Let me get back to you. Sorry, I'm going next one. Can you please check EBIT, of course, EBIT. EBIT. I have a bunch of this stuff. Okay. Wow. Okay. We are moving also higher. So you have a strong support at 45. And it should hold as the floor because there is huge level of interest that would have to get digested to go below. It's sadly, again, the only problem here you see is the zero point 0.5 volume. Relative volume in crypto just non-existent, sadly, because all of it is sucked out by the space stocks and semiconductors. So crypto is kind of like really sitting there. It might go to 50, I think. Let's look at the resistance. Yeah, 46 is we are right at a strong resistance now. Above it, we most likely go up to higher. So 50, 55 is the target on EBIT, I think. I wish we would improve the relative volume. DGXSX. DGXX. All right, this looks nice. There's barely negativity higher. Yeah, okay, DJXS looks nice. Oh my God, look at the relative volume. What is going on? 14? Wow, okay. So this one looks very nice. Let me look at the technical chart. DGXX. Oh my God, okay, I see. Yeah, it's like flying completely. If you are in, amazing. Trail stop probably till like 697 or higher. I don't know if you're in or not, but it looks good. It has insane momentum. It could retest a little bit this kind of move. You don't want it to fill the gap, but it could. So it's really overstretched. I wouldn't enter now. That's pretty much. Can you show how you use long-term swings? Yeah, it's just as I said again, I go back to it. It's just my stuff that I pay attention to. These are like my long-term swing trades. We have NB, I shared it with you. It's not moving a lot, but why I'm in this one because it is reminding me of Dow, DOW. The same thing when I entered Dow for like a month or two, this thing did nothing and then it flew 60%. I'm gonna wait in this one for a little bit more. Right, these are just the names I'm accumulating. I have Microsoft, Amazon, Thick, Dow. These are the beat up names that I was basically, these are the reversals, I would say, right? Microsoft, we entered at like 360. I was posting it in our Discord. I'm still in. And you see some of them are in downtrends, like Adobe is really not looking good, but I'm giving this at least a year, okay? So I may miss the answer as I stepped in for a minute. Are you trading shares, options, or both? I trade, Josh, everything. I trade, like for example, as I posted last week, I had IONOQ shares and calls. The calls hit 56% now. I sold. I trade leaps. It depends on the stock, depends on momentum, depends on the trade. But more I trade, of course, equities. More, like maybe 70%, 80% equities, and then I play with options too. Both are fine. I just think for me, it's easier to manage risk on shares than options because I have, of course, the three dimensions there, including the time, and it's just too much movement. So I feel like I'm trading way better when I trade shares, and that actually saved me 4 years ago. I trade for 7 years now actively every day. And I was always trading options and I didn't have as many great results. I was making a little bit money. You might make money, lose money. At some point, I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on equities. And that really saved my trading career, to be honest with you. And once you get really good professional with the equities, you can add a little bit of options to the mix. that works too. But as I said, it's harder to manage risk on options because just the moves are too erratic. And if I do play options now, I play at least a month out. Like I would play IONOQ earnings, but I had June expiry. I wouldn't do the weekly, you know. So BMNR is long-term hold for me. How do you manage this constant all the time with trading and exposure? I feel like we ride the wave, but maybe scale back exposure, especially options. If you have BMNR options, quite frankly, you're gonna get killed on time, right? But again, check because Ethereum looks really good. We might start moving a little bit. If we don't start moving now with the Clarity Act, I don't know when we are going to start moving, but it looks pretty good here. It could probably start grinding higher. If you break out nicely these levels, then stay in BMNR because that's going to move much faster than Ethereum, right? So that's how you manage. But if you have options on BMNR and you're getting killed on the Theta, I don't know. I would rather, that's when I would rather own shares than options, quite frankly. Wolf, can you check Rocket Wolf and lagging DG? Okay, let me see. Wolf. All right. Wolf speed. Yeah, so this one is amazing. I mean, you just look at the trend, like most of those names, super overextended. Let me see on the scanner because I want to know where is our target. I will check target for you. So Wolf target would be 50, 55, approximately. 50, 55. You're almost there. Okay. And then as we look at support resistance, oh, it's really far from the next support. Okay. So 40. 50, yeah. 50, I would have a stop. I would trail stop to 49 if I would be in this trade, right before this giant gamma ball. Okay, so trail your stop to 49 and just ride and then have target 55, 50. But again, when you get there, you can check and trail your stop again if there is momentum, right? So because you are losing the relative volume here a little bit, it's 1.0 only, which is normal. There's not nothing extra. Okay, so just pay attention because if you start losing relative volume on a breakout, you might retest. Okay, and DG, let's see what is DG. DG, Dollar General. Ooh, okay, that's falling. So sadly, it doesn't look great. You are below 200, you are losing the momentum. It's probably a good short. Let's check the scanner. Um, all right, you see, not good news. You're in bearish trend. You have a lot of negative gamma, most likely going down to 100, even lower. 100 is like the level. And also look at this. It has 1.7 relative volume to the downside. So this is probably a good short. Yeah, it's really going down here, 94, even lower. This is not a good looking chart. But again, if you love shorting, this is the name. It's down a lot today. You might want to wait for some retest and enter, go down to 100, 104. Okay. Dolan General. Levy, can you do sort of entry strategy? It's quite extended. Yeah, Matt, let me see, Matt, what was the name again? BLDP. BLDP. He wanted entry strategy on BLDP quickly. Matt. Okay. Yeah, entry strategy. I think I did that for you. You can wait for the breakout of 424, have a stop at 399, and then aim for the 5 mat. That's the BLDP. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I repeated this. Sorry, it's too many. Can Discord people read Substack newsletter, the dark mode edition from Substack app, or can they only read from Discord link? So, Anthony, I think it's only the Discord link. I think it's that, but maybe there are some technical, maybe you can download something that will turn it into black. I don't know. But in Discord, there is a link and you just download the newsletters. Yeah, it's white for now. Technical charts, okay. This is reply to technical charts on commodities. The commodities I never use, it's too hard. Yeah. What does ARVL represents and what's the most important metrics that come in scanner? So Ahmed, There are multiple metrics that are important. That's why you don't want to just focus on one. But what I personally like, quite frankly, let's look at it together. So let's talk about the scanner. Here is scanner, right? So we have watch list, scanner, newsletter. If you want to find names on your own, what you focus on is Jack's activity. You want to see long and short. You can, if you are obsessed with shorting, you can find put search, and if you want long, you're gonna want call search. So you want that, and then again, you want to see the IR wall, which is important because relative volume, if it's lagging, it's gonna be most likely fake out. Okay, so you see here we have DGXX, the highest relative volume today. We just talked about it. It has a very strong positive jacks, right? The jacks change doesn't matter. If it's negative, it's just showing you how it changed from the days before. So you focus on the momentum, on the call search, positive jacks, and that's our wall. And if you discover something that has all of those, you're pretty good off. You're well off to find a really good trade, right? So you see here all positive momentum. You can focus on that. Always click up here, and you see all of those are pretty good. If you want, of course, an uptrend as well, which is like more higher probability to play with stuff in uptrend. And then you have also the RSIs here. So this is a little bit too overextended. As you see, 91 is a lot. You want to kind of be playing RSI that's a little bit lower and not that overextended. If you want, you know you want to play this name, you put it on your watch list, you wait for some sort of a retest. Okay, you're not gonna just go crazy when the RSI is 91. Again, RSI can stay 91 for weeks. I'm not saying it's given that it's gonna retest, but it's kind of like you want to not be chasing, right? Look at these R walls that are really strong. Drum is another one that's insane today, right? Drum is been showing us on scanner for a long time. You can also check historic just here and see what's happening. So when you click on those names and you see some days of very high call jacks, you're kind of like, okay, this is going to go higher. So our rule is 4.3. This is what you focus on. There is not one thing that you buy. There is no, it doesn't exist. Look, when you're trading technicals, you want to see the trend. You want to see volume. You want to see some chart pattern there. You want to know more criteria to go long, right? You're not going to just go long because one thing. The same is on this scanner. You want to have more of those. You're going to have aligned. It's like a checklist when you fly. More of those are aligned, more probability you have for success. That's simply as it is, right? With the scanner. So, hi Massimo. Hi. Yeah, you're late. That's okay. I record. I will send it to you. Any thoughts on IAOI? Yeah, so IAOI is too fast and furious. Some guys are trading it today in the Discord. I skipped. I didn't have a chance to play it. It was just too crazy. So yeah, and you are at the resistance again. That 192, it was resistance. Clearly, you see we failed there also. Could go higher, but at this point in this situation, I would just wait. Quite frankly, new setup on this would be a new high, 192. And let's look at the scanner because we can kind of look at the targets, right? All right. So yeah, there's a huge, oh my God, the huge was still 200 and 210, 220. So I think the 200 would be your target, 220 approximately. Right? Again, you have to be very skilled for those trades. They're extremely volatile, moving fast, 192 entry, and the stop would be below, if we have 192 entry, I would have a stop at 185, quite frankly, on this one, at 185. So somewhere here, okay? That's a new setup because again, like you don't want to enter now, you're close to resistance and you can retest all this move. So that would be one thing. You can play the breakout, okay, on AOI. Otherwise, I honestly don't follow the valuations. I don't really invest in this stuff. I'm not really an investor per se. I have some stuff I invest in, but I do not do any of this analysis when I trade. So I can't help you with that, Nico, because that's not my profession. That's not my cup of tea. I buy things that have momentum and I get bored of them when they lose momentum and I dump them. That's pretty much what I do. I have, as I said, I invest in boring stuff like you can see on the scanner. I buy UNH, and it's always important to trade. And when you make money trading, you buy something that's more stable because you want to save the money. You don't want to play very risky stuff with your money. You trade with 20% of your available capital, for example, or 30, and then 70% you put into like safer companies and real estate. That's how you do it usually. That's my suggestion. I wouldn't play AOI and crazy space stocks or IONOQ with all my money because again, like they go up as well as they go down. So okay, any way to determine if Jack's call wall will pin and price below or if stock can break out above wall? Well, look, yeah, because you see what other strikes are opening above it as you are moving. The Jax is updating all the time, so you see if there is more walls updating, or if you see above it there is a put wall that's creating, and also like focus on the IVZ score sometimes because the IVZ score means that when it's negative, there is a higher implied volatility on puts, which means they are hedging, right? They're starting to buy puts. When there is a positive IVZ score, they are focusing on the implied volatility is increasing on calls, which means you have a chance to go higher. All right, so that's how you look at it, basically. Okay, BV, please, Matt. Also, if you can take a moment after we are through all because you have looked at how to find good turnaround stories, reversals, that how I found this one. BV. Oh, that's very nice. It looks great. Okay. Yeah, BB is now on the resistance, but I think if it breaks, oh, sorry, if we break this level, that's a good one, actually. It's a nice name. Also, really nice trend. When did you enter, Matt? Where did you find this name? BB. All right, so BB, no, BB looks good. How I find reversals, honestly, just seeing the most beat up things and when they start stabilizing. That's pretty much it. When you have something beat up for too long and it's stabilizing, then you start allocating, like we did Microsoft on the dip below 200 weekly. You know, that's a good place to start allocating into reversals when you are really beat up like that. 200 weekly is a good start for me. So silver, I will check silver quickly. Oh, nice. Okay, we are like right here on this supply, and we most likely, oh, nice, nice breakout. It might break out and go out to 87. Let's check the app. Silver. I'm sorry, I'm like really behind, but I will try. Silver. Okay, yeah, very strong positive jacks. Slower momentum. I think that the 75 is the support and it can go to 80 and higher. 89, 80, 85 silver. So 75 is the support. If I would be going long here, I would go long about this level 77, have stop 75. Okay. Keel, I have a lot of this name. Still, remember we were posting it like crazy and adding. Yeah, this thing is going. It's amazing because I also like the data centers. A lot of these miners, they just start doing the data center energy thing and they're going nuts. Yeah, so you see 415 now is the support. It was the resistance, now support. And 7. These are the targets for us is 7 at least. I think people are hedging there a little bit. If they're selling calls probably, but 7 is totally plausible on this name. Right here, I have it right here. Kill. What is your opinion on Netflix and VR for long term? I have Netflix long term. I was trading it a little bit, but I kept my leaps. I don't like the price action right now, but again, this is another turnaround thing. This is like UNH and all those names. I have leaps for summer 2027. I have more than a year. If this doesn't go at least till 100, 110 by the end of the year, I will dump it before end of the year. Okay, that's Netflix. VHR. Oh, wow. So this one is also in a very bad trend. Whirlpool, you can probably short it, quite frankly. Look at that name. Whirlpool is not even tracked. I don't know why it's not tracked, but we don't have it. And um, not sure why. I have to check. Sometimes the stocks are not tracked. So yeah, but you see it's like a huge downtrend. This is really bad. This is really bad. Downturn. So this is not where you want to start allocating to names because you're catching a falling names. You want to have a base like you had on Dow. Always pay attention to that, right? Dow was here basing for a long term and it started turning course. And after like a year or so, we got long. Helia, I'm sculpted to say that does it include TMAD app? Yes, it does include TMAD app. Absolutely. Please, all of you who are in Substack or Discord and do not have the app, go to this link tmad.app, sign up. And it's very important to sign up first. Do not sign in even though you have already account with Substack. Just create an account. If you have Gmail, you can sign in immediately. You can do sign in with Gmail. If you don't have Gmail, first sign up, use the same email as you have at Substack, and you have access, of course. All right. DLO, BTBT. Yeah, BTBT, I don't know. That's one. This so be done. Oh, that's moving too. So wait, if you're not in, wait until it breaks the 200 moving at 239 BTBT, and then you can probably go long. Then it's gonna be in a better trend. BTBT, DLO. Okay, we're gonna have to finish soon. Sorry guys, it's a lot. DLO also doesn't have much strength, quite frankly. It's in a chop at 200 moving. You would need to get like little trend in this name. Also probably doesn't have much momentum, I would say. Oh, it's zero, yeah, 1.2. So yeah, so there is some momentum. It's not that bad, but again, it's in the chop. I would not trade this, quite frankly. There's so many great names to trade. I personally would stay away from this. Okay. Scanner updated. Some things are updated live. Look at this. This is here. It's the help. And there you can guys chat if there is any question about the scanner guides. And then you can see what is updating when, getting started, and you will find all the answers here. Okay, free tier, paid tier, symbols, how to find everything. What is what updating, right? So every 30 seconds prices, scanner, stock detail. Every 15 minutes, total jacks, IBC spread recomputed for all symbols. And then up on top of that, intraday chart on every stock detail page loads, intraday chart, jacks by strike chart, session stats, and news fetch trash. And what is not updating during market hours is the option flow, zones, the support resistance, the momentum to trend, the RSI and PC ratio because you don't need it. It's useless noise, okay? Do we get alert when met? Do we get alert when met? What do you mean, Nas? You can, Massimo, you can get in before market closes, of course. There's a lot of institutions are trading the last 15 minutes. And they allocate, of course. If you see there's a huge flow, why not? You can allocate before and then you have overnight, gap. EMMR, IMMR, okay, this is breaking out about the 200, so that this looks like a nice turnaround thing. IMMR. Of course, remember these names, it's also some weird. Are these like American or Nasdaq? Because we only track Nasdaq. I'm gonna ask about those weird names. I don't even know those. I can ask. Okay, so EOS. Oh, EOS is very nice. Yeah, this one has a lot of momentum today. But again, you're feeling the gap, probably goes to 10. If you want to play this one, about 10 would be safer at this point. If you are in, then it's great. You're probably going to go to 10. Today, EOS. What? Is that a ticker? No, it's not ticker. What was it? Until I reply, I forget what was the question. BV. So for example, I was sorting the scanner by RSI, so the most oversold, and then looking at column for big delta jacks changes, triple digit or call search sign, and then R Wallace confirmation. Would love to see test, see if you give your opinion on it. Yeah, I don't look at the RSI too much, quite frankly. I don't think it's like a reliable indicator for trading. It's good just to know that you're oversold or overbought and that you might want to wait a little bit, but it's not something I would trade off of. I don't even really scan for it. Some people like it, but as I said, it's not something I really. When I tested RSI trading on a bot, it wasn't really having excellent reviews. The most probability trades that we tested are those that have high momentum, high R wall, and some of the call surges. So that's pretty much what we do. Okay. So. Next ones. Okay, guys, I will have to go soon. Today. Yeah, Matt, we can do it privately. It's after this. I'm happy to see that. Okay, so what's next? See you next time. Do we get alert when checklist is met? And our checks. Yeah, so the alerts we are building, they're not on the app yet. You have to set them on your broker self. We're gonna have notifications at some point on the app, yes. So, but alerts, no, only Discord has live alerts, and I type in the trades I take at some point throughout the day, so you can see. But no, Substack, your newsletter, you just basically take the information from us or use the app and you trade on your own because it's impossible to do alerts on Substack. We wouldn't also do it. It's just too stressful. And I give you all the names and you can trade on your own. But no, Substack doesn't have notifications and won't have. Again, the app is going to have notifications when you set them up. Like you can say, hey, I want to trade this when it reaches this level and boom. But you can set it up on TradingView for now. Okay, Matt, yes. So high RVOL, high momentum call search, that's it. And that's what you look for. Thank you guys for coming all. I loved this. It was very constructive. A lot of good setups. All, again, like when you see these names flying, just trailer stops and nothing worse to leave money at the table and give back your profits. And please use the app. If you have any feedback, you can send us here in this little button. You can get in touch with us. Here is conversations. You can chat, and send us a message. Here is help. Literally, you find everything here. What you need, glossary, how to use a scanner. All of it is there. Please read. And yeah, I'm excited to host the webinar soon again in a couple of weeks. Okay? All right. Bye bye. I will send you the recording. Oh, I think I froze here. All right.